What's up guys, NightChasers here and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're doing Camander stuff, not probe stuff. That's for another video. I'm standing in front of the fan because I'm super hot and sweaty. And anyway, a little rundown on the Camander. Quick rundown. 2008 Jeep Camander, 5.7 Hemi, all-wheel drive. We bought it off my mom a little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. And so I got a good deal on it, thanks Mom. And she took good care of it. His garage kept it for most of the time and maintained it and everything like that. So it's a good car, or a good family sedan. We needed one. Family wagons, SUV, whatever. Good family vehicle. So when I got it, my mama put black rock stars on it because she's not like a really car person, you know. So she just put them on it, blacked it, and here's a picture. So I don't like rock stars, you know. No offense to my mom. So I bought these SRT8 wheels off of like a newer gen SRT8. I don't remember where I got the spacers. I think I found the spacers in a car at work when I was detailing. We were, you know, auction cars. So I think I remember getting the spacers from work. Like I found them in a, man, I don't remember where I got them. I think that's where I got them. Either way, so 2-inch spacers to run the SRT8 wheels. It's just real good. I tinted it and I started to black it out, and because the wife wanted it all black, and straight piped it, and it sounded good and it was fun to drive. And then the lifter started ticking, and it's common for Hemis to have the MDS fail and like the lifters rotate on the cam, wipe up the cam. So once it started ticking, we started planning for MDS delete, and that's what we did. We did an MDS delete. And I was gonna go like full performance with it, and like big crazy cam and tune and this and that and blah blah blah, and like as 6.1 manifold or headers, or wow, I mean 6.1 heads and all that stuff. And it came down to it, and like really, it's just a daily. I towed the boat with it, and we didn't really want to dump $4 grand into it. Because like you could put $4 grand into a little S10 and 5.3 swap it and go faster. So I decided just to go with the Comp Thumper Cam MDS Delete Kit. It was perfect RPM range for what I do with the vehicle, which is tow, a lot of towing. And it sounds really good. So new head gaskets, intake gaskets, cam lifters, all that has been changed, water pump, everything like that. And then we did 6.1 SRT8 manifolds off of like a SRT8 Cherokee. And I had the mechanic at work do all the work because I looked at this and I just did not want to deal with it. And he said that the SRT8 manifolds, like to do the manifolds on it, was like one of the hardest things to do apparently. Being all-wheel drive, there's a lot less room than a two-wheel drive one. So yeah, so then we ran, Evan started to help me build the exhaust, and then Jeff and I finished it. And it's True Duals with the H-pipe, SLPs out the side. And these are the tips that came off of my buddy Derek's GTO. It's not perfect, but it's there. The gaskets, I need to change some of the gaskets in it. And right now, so I'm talking a lot. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So it is cammed. I'll start it up in a little bit. My buddy Scott has been tuning it with HP tuners, and it moves well. I mean, it moves well for a big SUV, third row seating, all-wheel drive, fully loaded, leather, power, everything. I mean, I think this thing tips the scales at, I think it's 5,500 pounds or something. I have to weigh it. I should weigh it. I think it's in the 5,000 pound range. So, but it moves well. As you can see, the front end's torn apart. So, I met this kid who's got a black Hemi 2-wheel drive Camander. It's all like super duper clean, super nice. Like it's his one vehicle that he works on, so like it's super nice instead of having a bunch of junk around. And he went to coilovers and he sold me these Bilsteins with Eibach lowering springs. We had replaced the front drive shaft in it because it started making some noise, and then it's making noise again. So, and it's got like a vibration, so I'm thinking it's the wheel bearing. and I think the CV axle is clicking. So what I'm tearing it apart to do the wheel bearing and CV axle, and I figured I would tear it apart and do the shocks while I'm at it. And the rears are real easy. The fronts are the hard ones. So I wanted to at least take it apart before I started a video, so I can do the other sides and everything. I know that it'll come apart. Because it does have, we bought it with 168,000 miles on it. It's got about 190,000 miles on it right now. So, yeah, that's what's going on it. And I was told that you have to pull this bolt out, and it was like a super duper pain in the butt because it seizes up in there. And well, I decided to not deal with it. I just took apart upper ball joint, tie rod, and sway bar, and just beat right here until it popped out. So now I'm gonna slide the new one in, and then I gotta go to the store and get the right CV axle nut size, because all mine are smaller tuner car stuff, not big enough for that. So I'm gonna keep the strut out, but I'm gonna do, man, hopefully the CV axle can come out with this in there. I didn't think about that. Oh man. Okay, either way. So hopefully the axle's not bad. I'm gonna get the wheel bearing off, and I'm gonna try to wiggle it around and see if it makes any noise. Or maybe I'm just gonna do the wheel bearing and hope that the noise goes away. I don't know. Jeez, I didn't think about that. All right, anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. All right, so both sides are torn apart. It is now time to, I gotta get the CV nuts off, so I gotta go get that socket real quick. And I might just, I only have one wheel bearing because I think the driver's side's bad. So I might just do the passenger side while I'm in it. I hope the CVs are good. Like I said, I don't know if I'm able to get them out. So the ball joints and tire rods are good, so I don't gotta worry about that. And the brakes are great. We just did pads, so. All right, time to go to the store. All right, the front is done. The Bilsteins are on. The Ibex are lowering the vehicle. The new wheel bearing is in, and everything's back together, as you can tell. Now, what I'm hoping for is there to be no noise. Man, it's not crazy low, but it is perfect, and it looks way better than before. And I'm about to turn it around and back it in and work on the rears, because that shouldn't take long. And I had to beat, there's like a little seam thing in here, and I got to get some new clips for it tomorrow. And I'm really hoping that the tire doesn't rub it. So we'll find out. And I'm excited to get the rears on, and I get to start it. I can now start it. I'll show the cam noise. Ooh, yeah. High until you put it in gear, and it's dirty right now. I love it. I love it a lot. So we're gonna turn it around, hope the tires don't rub, and work on the rears. All right, so the Commander's all done, and we're about to go to the gas station, put some gas in it, and take a little video for the final result, and hope that the front end noise went away. If not, then I have to get on the hoist and see where the noise is coming from. I also need to get it on the hoist anyways, and change the gaskets in the exhaust on the flanges down below, not the manifolds and not the collectors, but it's a two-piece system under there. So change those, and I think there's a couple spots I need to finish welding on it, because it has a slight exhaust leak and sometimes it stinks in the car. And change the oil. So I'm gonna get driving. I think just broke. Oh it's I don't know what it is. Oh man, I'm going uphill too. I don't know what it is, and this thing is so loud. So okay, well. Oh man, park is not working. Dang it. Okay. Well, that was a fail. And my house is literally, you can't see it. There's those two little dots, those lights, that's my porch lights. So thankfully I turned around, but man, it's going to need, I need to figure out what's going on with it. So, yay. So what's gonna happen is the wife and I are gonna push it and the kid's gonna steer it. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so damage report from last night. Oh yeah, just disintegrated. And I just replaced that. Literally 6 months ago, that bearing was new from Rock Auto, so never again. Cheaped out and I paid the price. So I went to the junkyard and got another one, factory one. And I really hope that this one lasts. And the exhaust is off. This janky exhaust that we built with the H-pipe and the tips from Derek's GTO and some crush bends from AutoZone and some SLPs from Marketplace. So the exhaust is really poopy. Sounds good, it's just, you look at it, it's not good. So I'd like to change that one day and actually have it like now that I know like the shape that it needs to be to run the side pipe, I can just like take it in somewhere and be like, build me like a mandrel bent stainless just like this. And that'd be nice, but not today, not anytime soon. I did forget to put gaskets in, so I'm going to throw some gaskets in it, fix the exhaust leak. I forgot to weld the tops of these pipes right here on both sides, so I want to finish that up, throw the drive shaft in, throw the exhaust back on, and hope that's all good. And then when we had all the work done to the Camander, the AC never got recharged. Well, it was middle of winter, so we didn't really care, but now we do because it's like 90 degrees out right now. So after it's all done, go to get the AC recharged. I got to get an intake on it, cold air intake, and I think that's it. Oh, while the exhaust is out, I might put a wideband in it. I have to actually put a wideband in it. So while the exhaust is out, I'll be putting a wideband in it, and which won't be fun either. So wideband so it can be finished tuning. We can better tune it. Drive shaft, exhaust, springs, shocks, and a wheel bearing for no reason, and an AC recharge, and an intake. Man, I'm doing a lot to it in this video. Super worth it though, because we're taking it on the trip soon. And I might get some more stuff for it too while I'm at it. I've been keeping my eye open for SRT8 seats because the driver's seat on this one's trashed. And I've been really kind of keeping my eye open for SRT8 brakes off of a Cherokee, but kind of expensive. Super be worth it though. So until the next clip when I get back with parts. All right, so today I went and picked up a wideband. I was scouring the marketplace for one. I even made a post on Facebook, and then today I woke up and it said newly listed in your area, wideband, $100. And I was like, boy, but AEM wideband. He also had a bunch of other gauges for a really good price, so I bought them all, and those are going to be probably going in the Beretta, and they're all matching sets, so that's cool. I also got the wideband bung and gaskets, so now it's time to get to welding. I got to drill the hole in the exhaust, weld the bung in. I got to find a hole, or maybe drill a hole. So my GoPro's been doing this weird thing where after about 30 seconds of recording it says SD card error, and that's what happened to the last clip. Either way, the Beretta's got an AEM wideband in it, and it's a black face, so I'm thinking I'm gonna swap them out So the black face will be in the Camander and the silver one will be in the Beretta. Oh, I need to work on this poor car. Yeah, so I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Man, this thing needs to get worked on soon. Man, it is freaking hot in here. So I got the black face gauge, and my idea is to have it mounted right here. I was gonna have it mounted in this one that's broken, but what'll probably end up happening is Scott, who's the one that's been tuning it, is gonna be riding, and I'm gonna be doing a pull, and he needs to be able to see the AFRs, so I'm gonna have to do that vent. So I'm gonna block off the vent so it's not just blowing cold or heat into the back of the gauge. And then, yeah, that way we can finish tuning it, fine tune it. So I gotta work on that as well as the exhaust and the drive shaft. And it is like 90 degrees outside, it sucks. All right, well, the Camander's done. The drive shaft I got from the junkyard actually was too short, so I had to go to a different junkyard. I returned that one, go to a different junkyard, and they thankfully had the right length. And it was actually like a rebuilt axle, like a machine shop, like a drive shaft shop had built the axle for some reason. It was like way better quality. It was like fully welded and balanced. So like super awesome. I hope it holds. What else? The exhaust is in, and it still has a slight leak. I think the flanges are just warped. The wideband is in, and I don't know if it works. It just sits right about there. You can see it. Oh, no, you can't because the camera. It sits right about 14.8 to 15.7, and it doesn't really fluctuate when I rev it. So what we're gonna do is we're finally gonna go for a test drive, the new drive shaft and the wideband in, and see if she works. Man, I just hope it's ready to go. Well, all seems to be well with the Camander, and it's actually rides pretty good, and it doesn't rub tire. I hit the train tracks going like the speed limit, and it scrubbed a little bit, but other than that, it seems to be all right. I have to tighten up I gotta get the push clips for the fender liners, and now that the wideband's in, a watt I was seeing like 13.8, so a little lean. So we're definitely gonna have to work on the tuning and try to see if Scott can tune it soon. So I'm gonna go get a car wash. Well, I'm next in line, I'm ready to go. Well, it's too dark to see the Camander, so you get my face. I'm really happy with the way the Camander turned out. Rides real good. It sits about perfect to how I wanted it. I need to load the boat up on it and see how far it's going to squat and if it's going to be able to haul the boat. I'm really hoping that it's still okay to haul the boat with the lowering springs on it. The exhaust is better. I guess the exhaust gaskets must have sealed or swollen. I don't know what they did, but the leak is not nearly as bad, so that's good. There's almost no leak. The wideband is goofy still. I don't know if it's being accurate or not. It doesn't fluctuate enough for me to think that it's accurate or that's working properly. So I'm gonna have Scott take a look at it when he gets the chance, when we go to retune it, or not retune it, but continue tuning it. Maybe get some more out of it. Fine tune it. There we go. And that's about it. Like, I guess the only thing here is left on the Camander is I'd like to change the headlights, the taillights, catch can, black everything out, change the seats and do brakes, but the seats and brakes will have to wait a while because of how expensive it is to get SRT8 seats and brakes. So that's the next plans for the Camander. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't enjoy making it. That was brutal. Just hot, and the driveway's dirty. The Camander's kind of annoying to work on, so it wasn't bad. I'm glad all the bolts came out. I'm glad it just worked. 190,000 miles in Michigan. So like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when I upload sweet videos like this one, and check the description for links to Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, and I'll see you guys in the next video.